Extendemos la invitación que firmen su nombre y dirección, que se unen al Comité Nacional para hacer lo que puedan. Alguien que venga y nos pinte, alguien que venga y nos pegue, alguien que quiera hablar, lo que usted pueda dar, nos va a llegar al momento que un día vamos a estar aquí celebrando con estos compañeros la libertad. Okay? So,
if the common criminals were to be given the same kind of treatment that 23 men and women are given in the prison in the United States, if they were to be treated the way these individuals are being treated, I'll guarantee you there'll be less crime not only in this city but in this nation. And that's how I deal with that question. And the message goes out very clearly that these people, in my eye, in my heart, are not terrorists. Like everyone else in this world, there's only one colony left. Correction, 1.5 if you consider Northern Ireland, that should be free also. After South Africa becomes totally free, there will only be Northern Ireland and Puerto Rico remaining as a colony in the 90s. And these people are not terrorists. History teaches us they're not terrorists. They're freedom fighters.
We do not lose faith just because at any particular moment, this mathematical equation is against us. We've seen that around the world. Even if we look at the American Revolution, the founding fathers did not sit and do a poll before they decide if they wanted independence.
I believe that in the not so distant future, we will see our freedom from prison. I have a lot of feeling for the reasons that we have been brought to prison. I have a lot of faith in the fact that because we are steadfast with the issues of liberation, that we have not been isolated, we will not be isolated, we will have more people beginning to understand why we're here, why we're in prison, and asking for our excarceration. So I don't see that's just on paper. The year 2014 is just on paper. I do foresee our liberation much sooner than the United States government wants.
Puerto Rico is a very valuable piece of real estate to this country and to many people that are reaping the benefits of Puerto Rico. So they will feel threatened, but look, we cannot think about them. We just got to think in terms of what do we need to do? What are we not doing? And then based on that, we'll move ahead. We will win over them.
4 of us, Lolita Lebron, Ilvin Flores Rodriguez, Andre Figueroa Cordero, myself, spent many years in prison. I spent 25 years and a half in prison. I'm here talking to you right now because many thousands of people across the world, including in the United States, start a campaign, just like we are doing now, a campaign for our political prisoner and prisoner of war. The struggle of many thousands of people in Puerto Rico, in Chicago, in New York, many other countries, including the UN, asking for our freedom, brought me here. Otherwise, I still be in prison counting bars. So I want to thank all the people that at that time dedicate so much of their time for my freedom, and I hope that the same people dedicate time for the freedom of Carmen Valentin, Dilcia Pagan, and other Puerto Ricans, Luis Rosa, other Puerto Ricans who are in prison today, and they have been there for 13 years, and they are people fighting for their people. They are not criminal, they are patriots fighting for freedom fighting. And I hope that the people who happen to see this get involved themselves somehow in the campaign.
The prison system in this country. For people on the outside, it's very difficult to understand the phenomenal dynamics of prison. I spent some time when I was on the outside. I used to go to Stateville. I used to teach, and I was also a counselor. I used to go there. First it was 3 times a week, then it was once a week. And I used to leave. I would be there for 3 hours and walk out. And I thought I had some knowledge or some idea what went on in prison. I think that it is totally different. I think that the level of dehumanization in prison is great, and I think that it's turning for the worse. I think that we're faced with the way the prisons are dealing with prisoners is not in any way, shape, or form to improve the prisoners, not in any way, shape, or form any type of work to enhance his humanity or his developmental stage. It's not any way to make him a better human being.
There is this inherent need to be free. And you could probably put a lid on it for a little bit, but it becomes quite explosive.
Sabor a Puerto Rico.
accepting this award, to which they said, you better believe we'll bite the hand that feeds us.
So we're really talking about a group that's been very influential in terms of this particular kind of theater, mixing politics and art, and really trying to express dramatically some of the important political questions that we're facing today.
I think also one of the things that makes them unique is because they connect to and are part of the grassroots kinds of organizing and movements that are happening in different places.
So they listen to the people and what's going on.
You know, the way they've come here, it's usually been through either Alive in Trucking Theater in the old days, or the Victor Hara Fund, the Minnesota Committee for New Song, you know, groups that are working in coalition with other groups.
with the artistic community here in the Twin Cities.
And with the work that they're doing, it isn't just that people come in, see a thing, and then leave. You know, there is information presented in a lot of different ways about and connections to the local struggles that are happening.
Okay.
And so it's a very dynamic relationship.
That's wonderful, yeah. And makes it a little more personal and immediate. We're running short on time. Let's take one last look at the production that's coming. Do you have a,
I have a
poster you've been waiting to show? This is quite a poster, by the way. It's
Get ready.
very psychedelic.
There it is, right out of the 60s.
Ripped Van Winkle,
Ripped Van Winkle.
is the title of the production.
And it's on, as we said before, you can read it, November 11th and 12th. That's Friday and Saturday at 8 p.m. at Central High School. Tickets are on sale now at Dayton's and Tickets to Go and the Central America Resource
all of the
Center.
usual places, right?
Yeah, and there's also they're offering a workshop open to the public on Saturday morning from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Avalon Theater, the home of Heart of the Beast Puppet Mask Theater, who are helping us out, and it costs $15 to take the workshop. People who are interested in these character styles could do so, and you can call Art of the Beast to register.
And once again, this particular program, the title is Ripped Van Winkle, and you
Ripped.
say it's Ripped Van Winkle, and it's really, you say, kind of a retrospective, looking back over the last 20 years or so of their work.
And it's not, it's funny, but in some ways a little bittersweet. But true to the mime troupe, there's always an exhortation to the coming decade. So
okay, well, what's
it's
their
also
message?
About the 90s.
What's their message for the future?
Well, the message for the future in the person of Rip, who realizes where things have come and how he doesn't fit in anymore, is to maybe have some of the activism of his era take hold in the yuppiedom of that he's confronted.
So really a call for maybe a little bit more activism and a little bit more concern.
And specifically around just say no to the Mo, which is about the controversy in California of the Chamber of Commerce bringing in the battleship Missouri as a tourist attraction.
So in that sense, maybe they've changed, but the issues of peace and the issues of justice really are the same now as they were 20 years ago, and a call for some action. Well, thank you very much for being with us. It's been a pleasure to talk to you, and I've enjoyed seeing the clips, and I hope people will take in the Rip Van Winkle show with the San Francisco Mime Troupe. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
¿Cómo que I want more? Estas viejas están bien locas. The landlord's gonna come. We're gonna get in a big fight. I want more.